Good day, viewers. Walter here. Today I'm cutting grass, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a voiceover while I'm out here working. I began up beside the front porch for my cutting for today. This will be about a two-part video. I've been riding zero turn lawnmowers for the last, 7, 8 years. I'm on my second zero turn mower. I've cut a Husqvarna and this Grasshopper mower that I'm riding today. I haven't been riding the Husqvarna because it needs a little work done on it. I just keep getting the good one, the best lawnmower out of the garage. Anyway, I'm cutting grass by the project around my zinnia bushes. So it's real thick. So I'm having to blow the grass. It ejects out the side of the mower, so I'm blowing it away from the zinnia patch. If I blew all that thick grass up in the zinnia patch, it'd take me another 2 hours work to clean all that mess out. But once I get this area here cut, then I'll be moving on down to the bottom of the hill and cut down there. But I wanted to get this part cut first. Anyway, I don't ever recommend going back to riding lawnmowers. I've been cutting this grass since 1983 when we bought this property. I've been through lots of lawnmowers, push mowers, and ride mowers. Didn't take me less than a year to find out you're not going to cut all this grass with a push mower. But I've been through several riding lawnmowers, and they're just a whole lot more work. I mean, it beats the push mower a riding mower does, but it's a lot of work to struggle with a lawnmower when you're cutting 2 acres of land. I could understand if you got a little half-acre lot, you might not want to put up with a zero turn. But if you got a sizable chunk of grass to cut, a zero turn mower will cut it 3 times as fast, and there's no effort involved. You just sit on there and work them handles and steer it, sort of like riding a rowboat. Once you get used to it, it's nothing to it. I had my son come over one day and I said, get on there and try to drive it and see what you think. He ran right into my pickup truck. I said, get off. You ain't going to ride my lawnmower no more. But it takes a little bit of training, but once you get the hang of it. Now, the grass was so high today, I had no choice. It's rained and rained and rained. I've got a lot of tree limbs down on the property. I've got a tree over by the fence. I don't know if we'll see it while we're cutting grass or not, but there's another tree down on the fence line over there. I'm going to put my tree cutting up on my list of things to do. I've got tree limbs out there that need to be cut. I've got dead trees to tree limbs to pick up. I got dead trees to cut down, and I'm not going to get it all done at one time. So we just do what we can do the best we can. Anyhow, today's Walter's riding and cutting. I appreciate y'all listening to me carry on. The grass was so high that it was bogging down the mower in some places. But I cut down the side of the driveway along here. Then I began to cut down at the bottom of the hill. It's always thicker down there. You can't tell from this photo in my editor here, but that grass is a 1.5 feet tall in the middle there. Has to be careful along my driveway here because there's a drop off by them cross ties. I need to rebuild that wall where the cross ties are. I keep saying I've got things to do and I'll never get them all done. Not with 79-year-old man. Just do the best you can. And I'm cutting up the driveway to start with here. I got trees over on the fence line that need to be cut down. Anybody wants to come cut down my trees, we'll sure take you up on it. Anyway, I'm just thought I'd do a little bit of a voice over here. Sometime later in the video, we'll switch over to music. I appreciate any of your comments you care to make. Now, I was running over ant hills and everything else out here because you can't see them in that tall grass. But I would have ran over them anyway. Anybody ever watched my fire ant revenge video last month? would know that. We see a clay patch every once in a while, clay dirt. That's where I ran over an ant mound. I'm cutting around my driveway alarm here. Have to be careful I don't hit that and break it. And these dead red bush trees, I've still got that on my list of things to do. But I had no choice but to get out here and start cutting this grass, or we would have had to call somebody with a big old tractor and a bush hog or something. That cement thing sticking up right there is a state highway right of way, but I mow all the way to the highway. It's got a wide right of way for the state here in case they ever want to 4-lane this road in front of me. Just to the right of my property over there where I turn around where the trees are, that's the end of the state right of way. It switches to county right of way, and it's narrower right of way there. The county maintains this right of way, but it's a state right of way. I don't guess they know that. Picking up trash is something I have to do every day. People drive down the road. Every time I cut grass, I have to pick up the trash down here by the road. I have to watch for the traffic. You can get some serious trouble if you don't watch for cars coming. But like I said, if you haven't tried a zero-turn lawnmower and you got a lot of grass to cut, it's well worth investigating. I'm telling you, I'll never go back to a riding lawnmower. Anyway, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm going to quit ranting right here. I might add some more voiceover later in the video. We'll see. Well, I'm doing this voiceover in my video editor while I'm creating the video, and I see I haven't got that much time left on my clip that I'm talking on, so I might as well keep the old ratchet jaw going. The culvert that goes under my driveway there needs to be cleaned out. Let's put that on the list of things that need to be done. I have to be careful down in this ditch because you're cutting on the side of this hill. You could very easily turn over when you get up on the steep part. But I managed okay. Traffic wasn't too bad yesterday when I was out here cutting. Sometimes later in the evening, it can, especially when people coming home from work, traffic can get extremely heavy. It would be nice to have one of them fancy grass catchers where you can catch all this heavy grass that I'm blowing up in clumps. You can see it all around the lawnmower where it's clumped up. I try my best to blow it up in one general area. That's why I go back and blow it all the same direction sometimes. But I'm not going to be too concerned about the dead grass. At least I got it cut. Anyway, it was a pretty day out here. I couldn't ask for a prettier day after all them days of rain. I noticed that it was really muddy down in the ditch, and sometimes the zero turn will tear up the grass if you jerk on that steering controls too hard. You gotta kind of treat them with delicacy when you turn, or you will damage your grass. But you gotta figure I'm cutting a strip. Oh, I forget the width of that mower. It's every bit of 5 feet wide. When you're cutting a 5-foot wide strip, it's more inclined to scalp the dirt if you're not careful. That's why it's got all the wheels on the deck for. Well, I'm running out of things to say as I sit here and try to think of what to say. So we're going to switch over to some music here. I appreciate y'all tuning in.